So yeah, I mean, there's been a little bit of cabin fever, but it is what it is. So I had a goal of 5,000 this month, and that is going to shit, obviously, because both of my in-home shows canceled. I canceled two pop-ups because I was too nervous to go out. So I'm working everything from home, which I normally don't do. So I backtracked my goal, and I am back. My goal this month is 2,500. So goal was 1,000 by the 15th, which I like skirted in. But a tip, I guess, for all of you guys, obviously working the free shipping code. I mean, with our shipping being $6.95, if someone wants like a pair of sparkle studs, I mean, now is the time for someone that you know at average spends like $30. Now is the time to reach out to them, because those little orders still count. You know what I mean? Also, everybody is shopping, like me included. Like, I've been buying stuff on Amazon. I'm like nesting for this baby. So just reach out to people. Like, people want to be asked how they are. So I've been like texting my customers that I know like live alone, and just being like, hey, are you hanging in there? And then after a couple back and forth saying like, by the way, we do have a free shipping code if you're interested. So the personal connection, I feel like right now, is really important. And you don't have anything else to do. I mean, I'm 2 hours now. Isla's down for a nap. So I'm just kind of watching Gilmore Girls and texting my customers. Like, what else am I going to do? So a little bit of what I'm doing, I guess.
That's some good advice. I'm glad you guys are still doing well. Has there been any other updates from AJ's coworker?
Oh yeah, so update. AJ's coworker tested positive, who sits next to him at work. So we're like self-quarantining ourselves to see if anything happens in the next like week. I feel fine. I'm optimistic. I mean, I was gonna go home to Maryland and see my parents, but my parents are like 65. So it's like, I don't want to be the patient X that like brings it to Calvert County, Maryland. So I'm just kind of staying here. So, but I will say, so we live in the East Village, and it is quiet. There is like no one on the streets. Like, all the grocery stores are restocking. So it's not like super crazy. It's just weird. It feels weird. It's like, I don't know. It's like it's not awesome.
Definitely. Like,
is there any
time?
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Now, I was just curious. Are you noticing any restaurants or anything opening for like limited times, or it's definitely like shut down?
All the restaurants are open for takeout. So like all the coffee shops, all the restaurants, you can pre-order and walk in, or you can walk in, order, and leave. But in terms of
can't stay.
Yeah, they were thinking about doing like a 50% capacity where they would seat like every other table. But it's like, just fucking stay home. Like, if we stayed home, this would be not like so aggressive, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm glad that everybody's doing that. But yeah, to answer your question, no restaurants are open. I don't think it's like legal to have them open, actually. Like, I don't think they're allowed to.
It's the same thing here, and the severity of cases is nothing close to what it is.
But that's good. That means it's not going to spread as fast.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
For sure. Who else? What's going on? Give us an update.
Hello. You can see my face now. I washed it.
Hi.
It's weird, but like my life hasn't really changed a ton. Like, Mark's working from home, which he does one day a week anyways, but a little less time to get things done. I have, and it's like kind of actually refreshing. I live in like South Jersey. If anyone on here, I don't know, doesn't know me, I'm in a suburb, and it's like the weather's been somewhat nice. It's been a little rainy, but people are just like walking. And like this weekend, it was literally like a line, just like constant people out. And weirdly, my 3-year-old who never naps, I don't know, she could be falling asleep right now, like napped the first 3 days of quarantine. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all took naps. So I was like, what is this? What's happening? But it's because we're being really intentional with like going outside, and we're kind of quarantining from our neighbors, but they like, if they had it before, we had it already. So we're like doing bike rides with them and stuff. And then I have 2 online shows going right now that I had booked before, and kind of like what you said, Jess, I had 2. I don't think I need to totally change my goal. My goal was 2,500 for the month, so I think that's still in reach. Like I'm just shy of 1,000 right now. We'll see how that plays out. But I had 2 in-person shows that obviously I canceled. One is like not into the virtual, and then I'm trying to get that other one to go virtual. And then I haven't reached out at all to anybody since this is happening, because Charlotte knows, like, I've been putting in a lot of work with like getting my like pre-recorded videos up for my virtuals. So hopefully now I can like book a little bit more in advance, and then those will be an easier like pre-scheduled schedule for virtuals. But I will say, one of the virtuals I reached out to like 2 weeks ago to book, and I stay home with kids. I'm in a total bubble of the news. I try not to even like listen to it because it's stressing me out. So I did not know Washington State has been in a lockdown for so long, like we are now, and they're on week 3 or 4. And so I just reached out to a girl that I know there who's hosted with me in the past, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" Like, she's a teacher. She's like, "We've been like, schools have been closed for 2.5 weeks already. So like, this is kind of like how life is already working." So she said yes, basically because of that. And she's had super high engagement in her groups, which is probably also because they're all like lonely.
Bored. Yeah.
Yeah. And sales so far have been, I've had 2 sales, but like both of them were pretty high dollar. So hopefully the sale and stuff today and everything else will get going. So we'll see. So I definitely do want to start reaching out and trying to book more. But it certainly is like a little awkward. Be like, oh, so just finding like the right wording.
So what did you say when you reached out, Jess? What did you say that was a little bit more PC and like chill versus maybe what you
when I reached out to her to book?
Yeah.
I didn't know. So I just said the same thing that I normally said. Like, I was ignorant to the fact that Washington State and she lives 3 miles from the senior citizen community that lost so many people so quickly. So hers was the first area to shut down. So I didn't know. So I just said like what I would normally say. I was like, "Hey, let's do a virtual," like nothing in particular. So
Yeah. Well, that's a great segue for my rant that I have prepared for all of you.
Hold on.
Which is,
if you guys aren't talking, can you mute? Someone has like news on in the background, which is totally cool, but just can you mute yourself?
that's why I kept
it might be Brad talking on his, Brad's on a conference call. So I do have my headphones on, but I could be picking up his voice, which I guess he has a very news-like voice. We don't have walls. So like, that's just, there's nowhere else for us to go. So I'm sorry. Well, anyways, where I was going to go with that thought, Jess, which is a great segue, and I totally get it, because when all of this first started cropping up last week, like I definitely felt the same way too, and felt like, oh, like, I felt really panicky and like having a lot of anxiety, and things were really up in the air for our Pure Barre studio, if we were going to close, if we were going to stay open. They were like really wanting to try to stay open as long as possible, but I was like, I'm not comfortable with this, like what's going on? So I was having a lot of stress around, figuring out the plans. And I know so many other people are feeling that way too, especially people with kids who are trying to figure out how's this going to go. And everyone's trying to figure out how they're going to work from home. So I definitely had that moment of like worry and concern, is like, is this feel like gross or inappropriate, to be sharing shopping and style at a time of crisis, and something so unprecedented that we've never experienced before in our lifetime, and hopefully never again will. And I just kind of like, I put out a post on social media, and I send out a weekly email to my entire customer base, and I sent the same message across both of just like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Like, is this inappropriate or uncomfortable? But like, at the end of the day, this is my business, and this is how I make an income, and like, business must continue. And part of what kind of inspired that too was also some of the things that Jessica Heron has shared, which is like, it's not good for the economy for businesses to just like halt. You know, we have to continue. And I got a lot of really positive feedback on that. I mean, some members of our community commented on my post, but also just I had customers like respond to the email, which doesn't always normally happen, and say like, very well said, like, you know, rooting for you, or like, you can count on my business. So it was really well received, and it gave me a lot of confidence in sharing. But honestly, the more that I thought about it, I've kind of been getting like frustrated and angry, and like, why are we apologizing or feeling bad about what we do? Like, do you think that Macy's is feeling guilty about sending out like marketing emails to their customers? Like, every retailer, every business is being affected by this global crisis, and everyone is trying to figure out how will we continue on. And they have employees to support, and they have leases for locations. And I went through my Instagram feed yesterday, and I haven't had a chance to post this on our team page yet, but I will. And every single business is posting, here's what we're doing right now. Like, restaurants, takeout, curbside pickup. Salons are saying, please buy a gift certificate right now because we can't be open. And like, you know, people are saying support small businesses. So why would we be ashamed of our business? It feels very like woman apologize-y to me. Like, do you think that men in business are like, ooh, should we feel bad for sharing what we do? Like, absolutely not. And I think that you can be both very filled with heart and smart and strategic and creative in a time of unprecedented current events. So I just want to really encourage everybody to, you know, think through how you can share in a way that feels okay and feels good for you. But please do not feel like you have to feel bad about your business in a way that you can make money. And especially as we see how this all plays out and how it affects our economy, we have an opportunity for people too. And I really would encourage you to go listen to the State of the Business address that Jessica Heron did last night that I shared on our team page this morning. I didn't get to watch it live, but I listened to it this morning. It was really good. She's just so brilliant and has so much heart as well. And it was just very heartfelt and transparent. And she also mentioned too that when Selling Dot launched, it was in 2008 and 2009, the biggest recession that we've ever seen as a country in recent times. And our business was booming then. And our enrollment was higher than ever because people needed money and they needed a way to earn income. So if we're looking at worrying, will people have money to spend or will they need a way to earn income, we actually have a solution for that. And we have a mobile platform that is actually perfect for this time of social isolation, where we can't go out and see people. Like, we're really set up well. And I think whether it's a time like this or any other time, we never know what people's budgets look like and what people's personal finances look like. And people will let you know. People will let you know, like, oh, it's not a good time, really gotta, reserve my discretionary spending for other things. And I get those messages 365 days of the year, not just when something's going on. So I just want to really encourage you not to make assumptions, because Jess, I'm in the same boat as you. I've been shopping like crazy. I'm like, what else do I have to do? And baby coming and, house on the way and all of that. So maybe people have been distracted over the past 5 days to a week with trying to make preparations for this new normal that we're trying to all navigate at the same time. But keep doing what you do, because Jess, I'm so glad that you just shared that experience with your friend in Washington, because I do think that in a week or two, people are going to be bored, and it will be good for you to have been reminding them that you've been there the whole time, for that, for them to remember you and think of you to shop. So
people are already bored. I'm already bored. I am already over this, and we have so long to go. So no, I'm glad you said that too, because it's like a duh moment, not even an aha moment, like a duh. So
yeah, I mean, I get it, because that was my initial gut reaction too, was feeling bad about it, and now I'm almost angry about it, of why would we be feeling like we should apologize or shrink away from like being the fierce business women that we are. So I hope that you all like feel that too. And just keep doing what you do. And last night I did a virtual style social on Zoom, which I did like with my VIP group. It was like small attendance. There were 4 of us who got on, and it really wasn't about like shopping at all. It was just a chance to connect and like literally do what we're all doing right now. And it just felt really good to me to like be able to provide that outlet for people. Like I could tell the women who got on, they were just like craving like connection. And like one of the girls was like, I'm just so excited to talk to someone who's like not my husband or kids, you know? And I'm going to do that again next week. So I loved the theme. We had a like community coaches call yesterday, and Sam Ballard made a theme like be the good. Like we're in the happiness business 365 days a year. So if there's ever a time that we should like lean into that, I think it's now, and people really need positivity and they need joy and a little extra sparkle. And I think we can really serve that.
I also, I did not read the article, but I saw it on my news like feed. I'm sure maybe some of you also saw that it was just kind of like, we don't know what this is going to look like. And one of the headlines was something about like 18 months and like waves of like potential waves of this. So I think, Charlotte, like what you said is like kind of like being there constantly. Like we can't put it on pause because we can't pause for 18 months. Like
Right.
we, or, but if we just like kind of keep ebbing and flowing with it, then.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not 18 months. That's not like supposed to like give anxiety, but that's why I didn't click on it, because I was like, ooh, 18 months.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like doom and gloom being promoted, especially like on our social media feeds, which is like where people are turning to for like 100% of their social connection right now. So we can really break that up with happy things. But I'll give someone else a chance to talk. But I did, I was like ready to rant today. So thank you for indulging me.
It's perfect.
How's everyone else doing? Anyone else want to share? And I'm not changing my goal for this month. I don't know if I'm going to hit it, but like I'm continuing on.
You're amazing.
We have.
I need the money, people.
Can I ask this?
Because I keep online shopping. Yes, who has a question?
Me.
Hey, Lisa, you're killing it this month.
Well,
Are you still killing it with Ever?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I had a show, a week, 2 weeks ago, and that was really good. But, and then it just kind of stopped there. But I think I'm going to revisit everybody who ordered just to see how they're liking their pieces and maybe start a dialogue with that. But we're still going to have our SD dollars in April, right? And that's going to just continue.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware. And I mean, home office is definitely committed to do it. And this is all in Jessica's thing. They're definitely committed to like doing everything they can to help us and to help like all of our home office employees, distribution center and call in Delight Center. Like what a couple of things they're doing, like they extended Jumpstart and Quick Start for everyone. If anyone has any renewal or website charges coming up in the next 60 days, they're delaying those for everyone as well. So I think we are in good hands.
Okay. And this is a tech question. When you do your videos, your virtual videos or your videos on the skincare or any of the styles, do you use an app what app do you use to put it on Instagram so that
like in my story? Yeah, I usually what I do is go live onto my Facebook group, and then before I press post to like post the replay, save it to my phone. And then and make sure, if you want to be able to share it on Instagram, you have to be vertical. It's really better to do Facebook and YouTube horizontal and then do Instagram vertical. So sometimes I do kind of like refilm it. Mm-hmm. But then I use Cut Story
Cut
to
story?
chop it up into the little 15-second increments.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like this.
Because I feel like it takes me forever to do those.
It does. It is a little time consuming because, yeah, you definitely want to have a pre-recorded video and then upload the clips.
Yeah.
Because it's also important to, and it does take a little extra time, but if you're going to take the time to do the video, I think it's worth it to take the time to write the captions on top of it, because the majority of people are watching it in mute. And if you don't have the captions, then it's kind of like a whole waste of time anyways, because no one's really going to listen to it.
Okay.
I think like it's like 15% listen to it with the volume on. So if you don't like take the, 20 to 30 extra, it does. And like, that's realistic time frame, like 20 to 30 minutes of like putting up each clip. And then, okay, what am I saying in this part? Add a little thing, a little subtitle. It's almost like you might as well not post it.
And I don't know about you, but like I can't, and I think other people have been having this problem where you try to add text and you try to add stickers and I post it and the text is missing, just the stickers are there, and it's like, what is this video about,
I
like
haven't had that happen.
If I add text and stickers or the emojis, it's just the text is usually missing, and I get so frustrated because
I'm not sure why that would be.
I think somebody posted that save it with the text and then do the stickers, like bring in the picture with the text already on it and then add the stickers or wherever, little extra you want to add to it through stickers. And that's what I've been doing, but then that's extra time and I get so frustrated. I'm like, forget this.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that is because I haven't had that happen. I normally put the text and any other like
you do it all at the same time,
Instagram.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You do it all at the same time?
Yes.
And it posts just the way you I hate that. I don't know. Maybe I'll
Sometimes it's just your Wi-Fi.
Like it has to be stronger.
So yeah, and that's something you're not in control of.
Yeah.
So
well, I've been
even when I do it and I'm not as consistent as Charlotte, so I just do like a video, and I haven't done anything personally where you're seeing me talking, but say I'm putting up a video or a series, just have it done prior before.
It's okay. We know what you mean. We know what you mean. It's just one of those months.
When you go to share it, and that might also work in terms of like multiples at this, multiple images. So you click multiple, it'll load up. But what I'm learning is don't do like a ton. Because if you do like say more than 5, you're going to do all the work, upload it, and then usually the text, it doesn't upload the text, it'll upload the GIF or the little image or whatever.
Exactly.
So try like 3 at a time.
Yeah.
I found that kind of works a little bit. And in the case of the video, because it'll automatically cut it up for you when you upload a video as well.
I wonder if it's because I use Cut Story before. I'm not having that issue because when I do the Cut Story, it cuts up the video into 15-second increments, which is that's what the max is for Instagram. So when I'm uploading my videos, I'm just doing it one clip at a time. So it's like just that 15 seconds, I add the text, upload, and then I have to do the next one. Maybe it's something when you have like 3 of them, and then you fill it all out, and then you go to upload it. Like maybe that's where it's losing it. So maybe try that and do the cut.
Yeah, try both.
Yeah,
but I'm living basement life, so I've noticed depending on where I sit.
Yeah.
So this is like the window where I do everything. But I've uploaded 5, 6, no issues, and then I'll do the same thing again the next day, and then it won't. So I know for me on my end, it's definitely Wi-Fi. But try those 2 things, see if it works.
Well, that makes sense because I have an old Wi-Fi version, so I haven't upgraded. But it's frustrating.
Yeah, it can be. And then once you learn,
yeah,
you're like, well, I'm not going through that again.
After after an hour and a half of, trying to put it all together and then it doesn't work. It's like so frustrating.
Well, you've been
Yep.
doing a great job with your stories. I've definitely like been seeing them.
Not as
And
good as you. You
I
have
think
it
they
down
look good.
pat.
I think the thing that I've noticed has been the most impactful is doing video content on my stories. Like that's what gets the most engagement from people. I mean, I don't know why, but if I do like one day where I don't do video and I'm just uploading images, and even if there's like a poll or something that I try to make interactive, and then the next day I'll do something with a video, and the video always gets way more interaction and DMs and all of that. So I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, trying.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
I
said.
don't do video every day because like I don't like do makeup every day. So
Yeah.
and I don't care. And it's funny because I don't care about like us having this call, and like I'm obviously not wearing makeup right now, but like I do not like posting on my story. I don't know. It's just like I just think I look really bad and I don't like it.
Don't.
But I'm like, it's weird because like, teaching Pure Barre and like anything like this, like I actually don't wear makeup a lot, but I don't know, maybe it's like I have to see myself in the replay and I'm like, oh, I have no idea, but so I'll try to do like multiple, like have like video day where I'm like doing a couple things like all in the same day. Cause I'm like, okay, I'll be wearing mascara. But what else are you guys working on?
For me, it's just getting back to doing the actions, because at the end of the day, proactivity is what's going to kind of get us through. So I was telling Jess, I think today is probably the first day, I'm doing reach outs while I'm talking to you guys with this. Because it's for me personally, it's one thing to miss March. It's another thing to miss April.
Yeah.
And I cannot envision us being at home until the end of April. Maybe it's just my brain. Maybe it's just like I just cannot accept that that's going to be the case. So what I'm constantly asking myself is, one, there's opportunity in this. What is the opportunity, right? I'm not even trying to figure out what the opportunity is, but just be open to it, and then it will come, and then take action on it. And then two, just setting myself up for should we get, because to be honest, here's what I'm hoping for, which we can't even use that word right now because it's neither here nor there. But ideally, would be great to get that email by the end of next week, first week of April, that, okay, the curve is flat enough that people could go back to work, kids could go back to school, even if the kids can't go back to school. But, no more working at home. You could get out, you could breathe, you won't get contaminated once you step out your door. And there's that little breath. And imagine that comes through and you didn't do anything. That's what's on my brain, because I will feel like, are you serious? I had 2 weeks to do all of this stuff and put things in place, and now I have to scramble from this point. And everyone runs their business differently. For me, I do a lot of pop-ups in addition to the in-home. So it's just, for me, I'm just thinking of pivoting. And right now, it's just leaning into doing more onlines because people need it, and just kind of meeting them where they are, and people are bored to death. Because as much as we know we should put things in place to entertain ourselves and to stay active and, not lose brain cells. But are we doing it? No. We're overeating and watching a ton of Netflix. So to give someone the opportunity for connection, not leading with the sale, but just an opportunity for connection. Because right now, even if they don't shop, the fact that people will come on, they'll remember, so leaning into the onlines, doing more fun stuff in your VIP groups and stuff like that. And then for me, in terms of the pop-ups, like April is a huge fundraiser month for me, and a lot of the places where I would have already had those bookings lined up, are a lot of the places that are closed. For example, the gyms. And it's, it goes back to a question of, reaching out. But just this morning, I had to have the conversation with myself that right now, those gyms are hoping for the same thing, that we're going to get that email. And they're going to need help getting people in the door again. So it's better for me to reach out to, my contacts that would have, some of them already have dates on the books, but I haven't followed up with marketing or anything, because obviously, to reach out and just say, hey, we are where we are. But here's the thing. At some point, we need to get back to our regular lives. And I kind of think of a better way to kick off being able to get back into the swing of things again than a huge customer appreciation event. Let's invite everyone in. Let's invite friends. Let's get back to blah, 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 blah. And just help get feedback, like, how do you feel about it? And get going on it and penciling in a date, knowing that we have flexibility to cancel or move or whatever. But should that email come through, that work is already done. And now we could just move forward with confidence because we did the work while we were sitting there, not focusing on, oh my God, this is going to be our new normal. That's another thing. Like, I refuse to call this new normal. I don't want it to be. So why am I even focusing on that? You understand? So for me, it's just maxing the time, because that's going to happen to a lot of people. Forget business owners or whatever. When this ends, and it will, a lot of people are going to look back with regret, because there's a lot of opportunity right now. There's opportunity for you to get to know your kids. I think it's just the funniest thing that, you have the kids. They're like, oh my God, the kids are here forever. I'm like, they're your kids. Like, I have to teach them on top of everything. But, the time together, time to rest, time to put your feet up, Jess, because when baby number 2 comes, you're like, oh shit, I need another quarantine. It's just.
No feet are being put up. 2.5 is like tornado.
Hey guys, we're about to get kicked off. Let's all just hop off and then hop back on the same link.
Okay.
Okay. But that's my little take. Just